I have to say, I'm really happy to call you a friend after being afraid of you initially and then coming out myself and being the big old lesbian I am now. But you were actually very helpful and provocative in my own journey of coming to terms with my own sexuality and public presence and responsibility as a member of a minority that really needs a voice. So you were helpful and one of the loud voices in my head that I think led me to use my position in a way to help those who need help.
Well, that's wonderful to hear, but I have to say back, then when you came out, you became an inspiration for me and so many people because we could look and see that there were public people. It was so important to have somebody like you, somebody like Ellen, particularly at that time.
Yes.
Out there as public, and you took a real bit of condemnation and attack from a lot of the bigots. You still do.
I think that
And
Ellen.
I thank you for that.
Thank you, but I think Ellen really deserves, and gets a lot of credit because she kicked down that door at a time when I remember she phoned me and said I was on my show and she had her sitcom and she said, "Hey, I'm gonna have my character Ellen Morgan come out as a lesbian." And I remember being in my apartment in New York, looking at my wife, Kelly, at the time going, hanging up the phone going, she's about to ruin her career. Why would a human do this? What is she doing? Why is she doing this? And then, I was so overwhelmed with watching the trajectory of what happened to her as my worst fantasy, right? That she would be vilified and, people liked terrorists more than her. It was terrifying to me to watch what happened to her. But it also was empowering and knocked the door down that I waltzed easily through and didn't have to, So I look up with admiration to all those who did it before me and the ones who were inspired by me.
And now others looking to you. Yeah.
Right. I always find that interesting and a little bit shocking, but it's something that I've had to learn to take in. Little 30-year-olds coming over to me with tears in their eyes going, "I just want to tell you," I'm like, "You're gay and you watched my show when you were 10. They're like, "How did you know? How did you know?" I'm like, "You are not the first one to tell me this, but I thank you. I love you, and maybe we can have dinner."